Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The first time all season as we get ready to open up the home portion of the NGU baseball schedule right here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. North Greenville getting ready to take on Newberry, the Wolves of Newberry College. Just actually not even a couple hours, about an hour and a half, depending on which way you go. Down 26, just down the road in Newberry, South Carolina. Welcome the Wolves up here to Tigerville, South Carolina, at the home of North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. Gray Sutherland, Will Cahaley will be with you today as we get ready to start off the home portion of North Greenville's baseball season. North Greenville comes in 1-2 overall, coming off, I guess you can almost call it a mini tournament of sorts to open up the baseball season. You'll see a lot of basketball teams do this, but North Greenville opening up the season on the road in Tampa, Florida, taking on, at the time, number 23, St. Leo University, falling in 11 innings, 7-4. Got their first win of the season, 5-2 win over Lander University, a team North Greenville is very familiar with. And then falling 11-5 to the number 2 team in the country, University of Tampa, who was the designated home team for that little mini tournament. The North Greenville finally comes back home, a team that has, I think it was a combined 3 losses over the past 2 years right here at home. And a large testament is fifth-year head coach Landon Powell has this team playing some of the best baseball it has played. Arguably, you'll hear a lot of folks around here in North Greenville talk about the 2010 National Christian Collegiate World Series. North Greenville getting to host the Southeast Regional, NCAA Regional, for the first time in program history just last year, coming off that season, Will. All right, good talk. So we'll open up the home portion of our season in Newberry. Getting ready to come up to bat. North Greenville putting number 15, Ryan Kirk, on the mound. And we'll hit Newberry's batting order here in just a minute. So a bit of shuffling in this North Greenville fielding and batting lineup. Of course, you lose some power hitters. John Jones has moved on to try and pursue his MLB career. Last heard he was had been drafted by the Miami Marlins, so we'll have to wait and see how his career pans out. Ryan Kirk has only made one appearance as a 4.50 ERA as he gets ready to face off against the center fielder for Newberry, Danton Hyman.
Very windy day here, Gray.
Well, it wouldn't be a North Greenville baseball game if it wasn't blowing 20 miles an hour and freezing cold. We're ready for the first pitch of the home portion of our season. Delivered and low and inside, ball 1, and we are underway. So Danton Hyman started all 4 games so far this season for Newberry, a 5.26 batting average, and lost the second pitch high in the straightaway center. Drifting back for it is Josh Center, who makes the grab despite the breeze, 1 away. So 2 pitches, 1 out for Kirk. As now we'll look to the right fielder, Zane Terrence. And Terrence, check down the stats and don't see. Actually, yes, there he is. He has also started all 4 games for Newberry. He's got a .400 batting average. And first pitch swinging right to third. Good grab by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. So good job by the third baseman, Michael Newstifter. And get it over to Adam Sasser in time. That's 2 away. And it's a 5-3 putout. So far, 2 up, 2 down for Kirk. This will bring up Colin Allman, a shortstop for Newberry. Allman, a 143 batting average. Watches the first one go by, and the bit outside, ball 1. A 1-0, and fouled off the end of the bat. Make it 1-1. And 2 away here for Kirk. We'll count 1-1. And swinging low and away, Kirk tending to favor that far side of the zone from the right-hander, 1-2. And Kirk trying to go 3 up, 3 down to start off the ball game for North Greenville, whose struggles have really been in the latter portion of the game. And a nice line drive ripper down the left field line and foul. Kirk left that one elevated up high in the zone that time, and Allman camping all over it. Count still 1-2, 2 away. And just again, outside, no call on that third strike, 2-2. Newberry comes in 3-1 overall, 2 wins against Belmont Abbey, and the last time out, a win against Francis Marion. And a pop up to the right side, and the wind going to push that one out of play, even though it's barreling out of the, gets the northeast. Two count, 2 outs for Kirk, having a hard time here with Allman, the third batter, and does not offer. Low and away, full count, 3-2. So it took Kirk 3 pitches to get 2 batters down, and all of a sudden I'm up to, I think it's 5, 6, about 6 pitches here just against Allman. A payoff on the way, and fouled off. And the at-bat continues. Let's try it again. Count still 3-2. On the way. And again, fouled over to the right side. Jeffrey Chandler makes a move, but that one again is out the right side. So Allman's getting contact. He's just swinging a touch late. So third time's a charm here. Third time on the payoff. 3-2 count. And ball 4 misses in the turf here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. That will be a walk for Allman, who I believe he got close to a 10 pitch at bat. Put a runner on first here with 2 away. So that'll move us down the order to the first baseman, Tyler Ackard, for Newberry. 273 batting average, has played in all 4 games for Newberry, started 2 of those. Does lead the team early in RBIs, it looks like. Try and give the Wolves here an early lead. And Kirk going right down the middle, strike 1 after Ackard, who waits on the first pitch. First couple of batters aggressive early for Newberry, Hyman and Terrence. Allman, if he just missed it, upwards of a 10 pitch at bat. Finally drew a walk. He's on first. Still 2 away. Ackard at the plate now with an 0-1 count. And runner going from first, and a catcher can't scoop it out of the turf, and a stolen base for Allman, who was definitely running, has some speed there. And helped out by John Michael Fale, could not get it. I don't know if it got tied up in his pads or what. And now a runner on second here for 2 away. Newberry coming in here to North Greenville. Number 8 team in the country despite 2 losses early on the season. Newberry thinking they can steal a win out of this deal. One 1. And no call. Ball 1. Or ball 2. 2-1 count. Scoreboard doing better than me. Scoreboard on point today. And Kirk struggling after those first 2 batters. Runner on second here with 2 outs. Cannot get that third out. Throw the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Ackard going after that one all the way. So 2's wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Offering to the plate. Again, misses downstairs. Ball 3. Back-to-back full counts for Kirk. Not sure if it's the cold or the wind gust, but Kirk struggling with some command against these last couple of batters. Missing outside, missing down low now. Now he's got the lefty Ackert in there, so he can't favor that side of the zone. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 by Ackert will put him away. And Newberry will leave one on at second. That'll bring an end to the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on for Newberry. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the first. We'll keep it right here as we turn things over to the bottom of the first inning, and we'll hit the lineup for North Greenville. Still the number 8 team in the country. Comes in 1-2 to the home portion as they kick off the home portion of first home series here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. And I also believe, the last time I checked, still the only all-turf field within the state of South Carolina, albeit apart from the pitcher's mound, which is still dirt. I can imagine turf would be a little bit hard to mold into a mound shape, but the outfield turf, the infield turf, the only thing that's still dirt is the pitcher's mound. Anyway, we'll go take a look at the North Greenville batting order for you now. Second baseman Jeremy Whitehead will lead things off. Shortstop Utah Jones bats second. The third spot normally would be John Jones' spot, but Michael Newstifter will slide in there. Batting fourth will be Adam Sasser. Jeffrey Chandler Jr. bats in the heart of the order in fifth. If there was a record last year, he just about broke it for North Greenville. A catcher, John Michael Fail, bats sixth. Jared Williams, seventh. And Coach Powell, he started doing this with the batting order last year. He's got Tucker Burgess in the DH spot in eighth. Burgess, memory serves correctly, was a pitcher, so we'll have to wait and see when we get to the bottom of the order if Burgess will indeed come up to bat or if Powell trying to keep a secret from Newberry and slide a pitch hitter in there here in the first. Josh Center rounds out the batting order in ninth. And on the mound for Newberry, Charlie Fessler for the Wolves. And we'll hit his numbers here in just a little bit. And Fessler coming in with a 4.50 ERA, no wins, one loss. Has one start for Newberry through 4 innings, has given up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned. Has a walk and 5 strikeouts. And that's his stat line. Opponents batting .267 against him. And here's Whitehead, lefty. He'll dig in. And North Greenville ready to start batting at home. And it looks like first pitch from Fessler, high and outside, ball 1. And high and outside again, ball 2. Whitehead favoring bunt. And might be trying to throw Fessler off some. Jeremy Whitehead batting a even .500 through the 2 games he has played in. And ball 3. So 3 straight balls from Fessler to open up the slate against Whitehead. Whitehead has gotten 8 hits, or 4 hits in his 8 at-bats, and will draw a 4-pitch walk. So North Greenville in business early. 1 batter through, 1 on first. And Fessler yet to throw a strike, albeit 1 batter in. Next up will be the shortstop, Utah Jones. Talk about a guy that has speed. He definitely does. And just about every at-bat last year got a double. Was so far batting .167 on the season, and Fessler missing downstairs, ball 1. Utah Jones a pair of hits through his 12 at-bats. Trying to pump the batting average up. And Fessler thought he missed inside. Umpire calls strike. Strike 1. First strike from Fessler. 5 balls or 6 pitches in. After starting the game on a 5-ball run. And a thrower to first. And Whitehead scampering back in time. Jeremy Whitehead 1 for 1 on stolen bases through the 3 games North Greenville has played. And again, a pick over to him. Back-to-back pickoff attempts. And North Greenville listed as having an 0-1 record at home. That was North Greenville as the designated home team down in Tampa, so technically no losses yet at home. And a second strike from Fessler as he has suddenly found the zone. Count 1 and 2 to Utah Jones. And another pick over to first. And same result, not in time. So the first inning dragging on. It's only the second batter up to the plate for North Greenville. 1 and 2 count, nobody out. And again, pick over to first. They really do not like Whitehead over there. Let's see if we can get a throw to the plate here. Here it comes, and off the end of the bat, a weird hop right to short, and dropped by the shortstop and can't field it. That would have been an easy out at second if it hadn't taken a weird turf hop there. It might have caught the pitcher's mound on the way by. Be interesting to see how that one gets scored. I believe that will go down as an E6. Yes, it will. Scoreboard saying E6 there against Colin Allman. So 2 on for North Greenville after the error by the Newberry shortstop. 2 on, nobody out. This will bring up a third baseman, Michael Newstifter. With a .500 batting average. He and Whitehead are tied for the best batting average on the team through 3 games. And fires strike 1 high up in the zone. Newstifter, 2 RBIs on the season, does have a double. Runners on second or first and second. Behind the count 0-1. And lifts the second pitch high into right field. And it's caught on the run. This will allow Whitehead to tag, and he'll head to third untouched. Utah Jones holds up at first, so fly out there for Newstifter is the first out. This will bring up the first baseman, Adam Sasser. Sasser batting .308 through 3 games. So put him at the corners now for NGU, first and third, 1 out. And a base hit here for Sasser would more than likely score Whitehead and give North Greenville a lead here, not even quite through the first inning. Pitch on the way, and outside, ball 1. A couple of headlines here early. Ryan Kirk, 3 pitches, 2 outs, and then struggled with the third and fourth spot hitters for Newberry. Charlie Fessler starting off his bout from the pitcher's mound with 5 straight balls, included a walk to Whitehead. One count here to Sasser. And lays off ball 2, that one heading downstairs. A little bit of a late curve there to Fessler's throw. Well, let's try it again. 2-1 count and a pick over to first. They're now picking on Utah Jones. Fessler draws set. Throw the plate. And a looper down the left field line, and that one is out of play. Now leaving it up 2-2 count, one away. Fessler, a big-time throw here. If he can get it out against Sasser, would help his cause immensely. North Greenville runners at the corners, only one out. And offering to the lefty, Sasser hammers it into right center field. Let's see if that one hangs up in time, and it is caught on the run. Tagging from third, heading home, off the mark on the throw. And North Greenville has plated the first run of the game with Whitehead scampering home. That will put North Greenville up 1-0. Sasser able to get that one just deep enough, and what a job by Danton Hyman to come running on. That will give North Greenville a lead, however, 1-0. And still at least one more batter to go with Utah Jones still waiting patiently at first. Here's Jeffrey Chandler Jr. Chandler, one of those returning power hitters from North Greenville from the previous season. And Jones going for second, and Chandler's hitting the back. So the rough start's going to continue for Fessler. Chandler hit by a pitch. We'll put him on first. Jones over at second.
The catcher, John Michael Fail.
And this will bring up a catcher, John Michael Fail, for North Greenville. 125 is his batting average for North Greenville. 8 times to the plate, only 1 hit so far. Of course, really still early in the season, you'll see batting averages that are, of course, either way up inflated or way down low, and it probably takes about, I'd say, 10 or so games in to eventually get evened out and you get a feel for where your hitters are. Okay, good talk. 2 away here as we're down to the 6th spot for North Greenville. John Michael Fail, runners on first and second. And strike one. Utah Jones has not attempted, or that will be his first stolen base of the season. I don't think that will count as a stolen base, though, as Chandler got hit by a pitch at the time he was stealing. And Fessler settling down here against Fail. Fail just letting him pitch around him. 2 strikes already. So 0-2 count, and Fessler a chance to get out of the inning with only giving up 1 run. And Fessler spins off. Now the 0-2. And a bit of a check swing, foul ball. Just out of reach of Tyler Ackard. And Chandler running on contact, has a long way to go back to first. So Michael Fail behind 0-2. Right-hander. Offered here again, and slider slides outside, 1-2. Fail digs back in, 1-2, and now he steps out. Now the 1-2. And he reached out for it and hammers it into the Newberry dugout. And it would have been ball 2. Instead, count remains 1-2. Now the 1-2 again, and fouled away the right side. Another theme to start off this game. A late swing, a lot of foul balls have tailed off down the first base side. That's into the wind. So the way the wind's blowing here at Ray and B. Dillard Field is from right to left, as ball 2 is high and inside. Northeasterly breeze blowing out toward the southwest. So if Michael Fail can turn early on one, he has a chance to get one at least out of left field. 2-2 count, and fouled away. Now the pitch count starting to get up for Fessler. Both the starting pitchers having lengthy at-bats. Kirk had one against Ackerd, who finally got him go around swinging. That ended the top of the first. Now Fessler trying to do the same here to Michael Fail to end the bottom of the first. A 2-2 and a pickoff over to second.
Very close.
Utah Jones back just in time. You don't see many pickoff attempts to second due to the danger of a ball getting away from the second baseman who has to move over to make that pickoff attempt. That one might have gotten away into center field, but it doesn't. We'll try again here on the 2-2. Throw the plate, and popped up shallow right, and out of play. I miss the old sound effects. I think they had a cow mooing or something. I missed that one. Especially on foul balls. So Fessler looks like he's ready for the 2-2. Checks second a couple times. Now throw the plate. And again, fouled off by Michael Fail. This first inning has lasted almost half an hour. One run's already across for North Greenville. John Michael Fail trying to keep the inning going down to Jared Williams, who's on deck. Now Fessler has slowed way down, offering to the plate, and ripped into straightaway center, but hanging up and caught for the third out at last by a center fielder, Danton Hyman, who has made 2 of those 3 outs this inning. So 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on there for the bottom of the first for North Greenville. So that's 3 away. We'll head to the top of the second. Due up for Newberry will be the third baseman Braylon Marine, the designated hitter Aiden Bauer, and the catcher Chase Barbary. That's 5, 6, and 7. As we continue with the home opener for North Greenville baseball, number 8 team in the country, according to, I think it's the Perfect Game Division II poll. So we continue on here from Ray and B. Dillard Field on North Greenville Sports Network. Top of the second here at Raven B. Dillard Field. North Greenville strikes first in the bottom of the first, take a 1-0 lead over the Wolves of Newberry College. Ryan Kirk back out on the mound. Saw 4 pitches to open up the ball game. Braylon Marine will lead things off for Newberry in his first at bat. And we'll watch ball 1 go by. Braylon Marine batting .429 through 4 games for Newberry. And 2 quick pitches and 2 balls for Kirk facing Marine. A 2-0. Looked good from here, but then again, we're in right center field. A 3-0 count to start off the opening here in the top of the second. And at the knees, there's a strike. Looks like the umpires need to get into the feel of things too, still early in the season. And that is ball 4, no doubt about that one. And that will be the second walk issued today by Kirk. So leadoff man aboard. Bring up the DH, Aiden Bauer. And a looper down the third base side and foul. Actually, it was more of a line drive. That was right off the nose of the bat from Bauer at strike 1.
And they try to hit and run right there.
Newberry's got a pretty solid game plan, trying to be aggressive early. You saw that with Hyman and Terrence. It backfired on them, and then Allman and Ackard slowed things down. They were able to get on, or Allman was able to get on base. Advanced to second before Ackard ended the inning striking out. And Aiden Bauer batting .167 through 3 games that he's played. And Kirk misses outside. Ball 1. Seems to be struggling a little bit handling the left-handers in the Newberry batting order. And a 1-1. And check swing. No appeal. He didn't go. Ball 2. This is a Conference Carolinas South Atlantic Conference matchup. Of course, Newberry already played one Conference Carolina school and more than likely be a contender within the Conference Carolinas. Played Belmont Abbey and took 2 out of 3. And as it hits the runner, and that's an out, so the leadoff man is out as Bauer sent a slow roller right through the gap between first and second, and it caught Marine on the way by. So Newberry literally hits himself in the foot. This will bring up the catcher, Chase Barbary. Still a runner on first, but now with 1 away. And strike 1 way on the inside. Okay. And ball 1. A 1-1 count. Barbary waits on the offering and swing and a miss. Strike 2. Had the home run, dig at it. Falls behind 1-2. Still only one away for Kirk. Barbary played in one game for Newberry. He did start that game, but no hits recorded yet through 2 at-bats coming into today. And the curveball drops in, misses his own, ball 2. Two count. And right to the second baseman, off his glove. That's going to put the lead runner in a pickle. Try and turn 2, and they got them both. Despite the bobble from Jeremy Whitehead, that will be should be a 4-6-3 double play there to end the top of the second. So bit of a wacky top of the second. Had a runner get hit in the foot for Newberry. That's an out on a ground ball. And then the bobble double play still turns good for North Greenville. So that's the end of the second, or top of the second. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And I believe it go down as nobody left on base for Newberry. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. Do it for North Greenville will be the bottom of the order. Jared Williams, Tucker Burgess listed in that 8th spot. I still think that's going to change here when we get to that 8th spot. And then Josh Center will round out the batting order for North Greenville. Coming up here in the bottom of the second, Crusaders lead at 1-0 over the Wolves. You're on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Jared Williams leading off the bottom of the second here for North Greenville. Leads at 1-0 over Newberry. And he is hit. That's the second hit batsman for Newberry. Jeffrey Chandler got hit back in the first. And Tucker Burgess is going to come up. I think there's some discussion over at the North Greenville dugout. Burgess is listed in that 8th spot.
That's not Tucker Burgess.
And this will indeed be a pitch hit for Coach Powell here early in the game. It'll be number 14, Elvin Rosa. This is a trick we saw, or this is a strategy call we saw plenty of times, definitely last year. So Rosa digs in the faceoff here against Fessler and takes ball 1. Jared Williams already on first, hit by a pitch in his at bat. And Rosa will take to the plate. No hits on the season yet through only this will be his second at bat of the season. And a pickoff attempt over at first. Newberry trying to keep North Greenville pinned back. Count 1-0 here to Rosa.
And that's fouled off.
Strike one, 1-1 count. Josh Center waiting on deck, and we will be through the batting order at least once for North Greenville. A 1-1, runner going to second, skips off the catcher. And that's going to be an easy stolen base for Jared Williams. Fessler didn't help his catcher out much by throwing that in the turf. So now a runner on second with nobody out. And that will be the first stolen base of the season for Jared Williams. Still got Rosa to deal with here with a 2-1 count. And that one hit him. Did it hit him? Yes, in the helmet. Umpire says it caught him in the helmet. And Coach Powell is already out to check on his hitter. And Newberry's coach is coming out of his dugout to have a talk with Fessler, who just hit his third batter of the game. I don't see any.
Nobody warming up?
Yeah, I don't see anybody warming up in the Newberry pen. I had to get my bearings here. North Greenville bullpen's in left field. Newberry's down the first base side. Now they're going to bring the infield around to have a meeting here with Fessler. And it's going to take as much of that time as you're allotted as a coach to talk with your pitcher. This is the first mound visit, so if he comes back out again, it might be the end of Fessler's day. Talk about some of the strengths at North Greenville. This team that they return, of course, the shortstop Utah Jones has already been through the batting order. And when we do eventually see Tucker Burgess pitch, he led all of Division II in wins with 14, a fantastic number for Burgess there. And a lot of good things you can say about this pitching crew for North Greenville, the job they did last year. Of course, helped out a good bit by their offense as well, but keeping the team in games. This is Josh Center now out to the plate. This is the 9th spot in the batting order. Center comes in, 3 at-bats, no hits, but has scored a run. Runner here on first and second, and strike one to him. So Fessler got to calm down here. He's hit two batters, back-to-back batters, Williams and Rosa. Nobody out. And spin off the mound. A little bit of disappointment there from Center. He's wanting to pitch. Let's try it again. And strike 2 up high. So 0-2 count to Center. Now the 0-2 scoots inside and ball 1. Here we go on the 1-2. And way outside, ball 2. Count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, still nobody out. Greenville runners on first and second, already leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Everywhere you look, it's number 2. And ball 3, yes, that does miss inside. That one was close. So full count now to center. See if North Greenville tries a double steal here. It's been a couple seasons since we've seen a double steal, and a swing and a miss by center. Trying to drop the hammer, couldn't do it. That's a first out. Just like that, we're back to the top of the order for North Greenville. Jeremy Whitehead, who led off the game back in the top of the first, comes up here in the bottom of the first. Will come up to bat here in the bottom of the second. No official at bat as he walked back in the bottom of the first. Advanced to second on an E6 by the Newberry shortstop and has come around to score the only run of the game so far. So this will be the second time through for Whitehead. Looking for the bunt, pulls it back and lets one fly into left field and caught the dormitory. And they'll roll back down the hill. Well, that's the direction you want to hit it. Whitehead the lefty, but if he can catch one, the wind blowing, favoring left field right now. Newberry putting on a shift there from second. And now he looks for the bunt and nowhere close to it. Strike 2, or pick up strike 2 there for Whitehead. Now the 0-2. And just did catch a piece of it. Keep Whitehead alive, still 0-2. And missing outside, was waiting for strike 3, none coming, ball 1.
Just outside.
Good one, good one. One, 2 with 1 out. On the offering. And there's called strike 3 on the inside. Well, this has been quite an inning for Fessler. He started it off by hitting back-to-back batters. He hit Williams, then he hit Rosa. And just like that, he's turned it around and gotten back-to-back strikeouts against Center and Whitehead. Now, the last hope of the inning will be Utah Jones, who reached on an error back in the bottom of the first. And Jones' first pitch swinging and fouled off the third base side. North Greenville, no hits on the board, but they have the run. That's the right column to be in. And another spin off the mound by Fessler. That was Sasser's sacrifice. That was able to score Whitehead. Next offering on the way. Ball 1. On 1-1. And fouled off. Strike two. Fessler slowing things way down. And here we go on the 1-2 with 2 outs.
That hit him.
And yes, it did. Umpire again comes out, and that one must have caught him on the knee. That's 4 batters that have been hit by Fessler today. And this will load him up for Michael Newstifter. Williams at third, Rosa at second, Jones at first. Big opportunity here for Newstifter to try and fill the shoes of the man spot he took over. John Jones would normally be batting in that third. I think he dropped down the order into fourth a few times too. First offering. And strike one on the check swing. Newstifter is 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right his first time up. And looks like he'll wait and take ball one. A 1-1. Below the knees, ball two. Newstifter, no home runs on the season, 2 RBIs though. Facing a 2-1 count here, 2 outs. The high fly ball to straightaway center, going to hang up for Hyman. And again, he will put a dagger in the heart of North Greenville to retire the side. So a big opportunity gets away for North Greenville. Newstifter flies out again. That will retire the side after 3 hit batters in that 1 inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and bases left loaded for North Greenville through 2. Still, though, North Greenville with a 1-run lead over Newberry, 1-0. Do it for the Wolves on the top of the third will be the left fielder, Tony Matos. And then Dalton Lansdowne, bat 9th, and will be back to the top of the order for Danton Hyman. And all that coming up right here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Tony Matos leading off the inning here for Newberry. This will be an 8-9-1 due-up inning for Newberry. Ryan Kirk back out there, and first pitch swinging fouled off by Matos. Tony Matos, no hits on the season for Newberry through 7 at-bats coming into today. Still looking for his first hit of the season. And he'll lay off ball 1. Ryan Kirk out there on the mound for North Greenville. Had a rough first inning, settled down in the second, got a nice double play, and a little bit of help from the opposing team after Braylon Marine, was called out on interference on a ground ball. 1-2. Off the nose of the bat, right to second. And throw to first is a bullet, and stretching out for it, Sasser able to get it in time. Jeremy Whitehead a little bit off to the left, but 1 away. So this will bring us down to the 9th spot for Newberry. Dalton Lansdowne. And he will watch ball 1 go by. Lansdowne batting 167 on the season for Newberry.
He shows a bunt.
He was able to pull it back in time. Yes, he was. Ball 2. The 2-0. And doesn't make it to the plate. Going to make it 3-0. Now the 3-0. Need a strike here. And Kirk will get it. Now the 3-1. And strike 2. Lansdowne did not think that was a strike. That'll be a full count to him. And trying to bunt another one. Popped it up the third base side. It came back down, but they'll keep Lansdowne alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And looking for another bunt. Didn't get to it. It's going to be strike 3. Got a nice gusty day here for the home opener for North Greenville baseball. Yes, it's February, so yes, it's still winter. A strikeout there by Lansdowne will be the second out for Newberry. Second strikeout of the game for Kirk, as he will now face off against the top part of the order, Danton Hyman. It was 0 for 1 today, flew out to center in center. Count 1-0 and makes it 2-0. The 2-0. And again, we'll load up to Hyman with 3 straight balls. And now the 3-0. And lost them on 4 straight. That's the third walk issued by Kirk, who puts Hyman on with 2 outs. So bring out the right fielder, Zane Terrence. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to Newstiffer at third. And Kirk going over to first. Didn't get him. Hyman 2 for 3 on stolen bases already this season. Colin Allman's got him beat. He's 4 for 4. Oh, 1 count here to Terrence. And Kirk only needs 1 more out to retire the side. There's the 0-1. Looking for the bunt down the third base side. Here comes Newstiffer on. Throw to first in time. And that will retire the side. That'll be no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Newberry through the top half of the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third, due up for North Greenville. They lead by 1, will be the heart of the order. We've got Sasser, Chandler, and John Michael Fail coming up for NGU. Again, the score, North Greenville 1, Newberry nothing. We'll head to the bottom of the third here on the Comets Carolinas Digital Network. Bottom of the third for North Greenville, and first baseman Adam Sasser leading off. North Greenville with a 1-run lead. And nobody has scored since the first inning. A sacrifice fly by Sasser got North Greenville a lead by able to score Jeremy Whitehead. That has North Greenville at 1-0. As Sasser will take strike 1 from Charlie Fessler on the mound for Newberry, but he has struggled today. He has 4 hit batters through his time on the mound. Second pitch swing, a 3-hopper, foul of first. Puts Sasser behind 0-2. Wind gusting pretty hard here at Ray and B. Dillard Field, kicking up the gravel dust. That is on the service road behind us, so if your screen looks dusty, do not adjust your set. And ball 1 missing down low. Almost an hour. Well, it should be right around an hour into this game and almost a third of the way through it. Home opener here at Ray and B. Dillard Field for North Greenville after starting off with 3 games in Tampa. Playing against 2 top 25 teams in St. Leo and the University of Tampa as a 2-hopper right to first and an easy out for Newberry. And I believe that's only that's the third time today the leadoff man has gone down. This will bring up Jeffrey Chandler, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. And that started the problems for Fessler. And Chandler going for the fences, missing for strike one. Now we 0-1. Make it 0-2. And Chandler watches the next one go by, 1-2. Jeffrey Chandler led on this team last year, only behind John Jones with a .351 batting average for Chandler. Also led the team in doubles. Somehow he beat Utah Jones in that department. Chandler hammers this one straight away center. Dan Hyman, a busy man out there, waves off his left fielder and makes a grab, 2 away. Well, 2 up, 2 down for North Greenville. They have not had a 3-and-out inning so far. John Michael Fail trying to keep it going. He's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Hyman in center his first time up. And he'll let ball 1 go by. And strike 1 called low and away. That low and away side corner has been very favorable to, well, it has been favorable to both sides, so it's been called. Here's a 1-1. As soon as I say that, 2-1. Two-one offering, and ripper into left field off the fence. A chance for 2 possibly, and not going to be able to do it. So that will be a long single for John Michael Fail, who missed clearing the fence by about probably 4 or 5 feet. And did not have the speed to get turned around first in time, so the inning will at least continue on to a 4th batter for NGU, bring up Elvin Rosa.
And there's your first hit for North Greenville.
Yeah, that is, yes, sir, it is. First hit here at home for 2019. They got the lead on the sacrifice fly by Adam Sasser. And Michael Fail gets the first hit here at home. Let's bring up Rosa. He's hit by a pitch, his first time up back in the 2nd. And he'll pop one up to left field. And this should be an easy out right to the left fielder for the out. And that's Tony Matos coming on to make the grab, and that should be what I thought was the 3rd out.
It must have been catcher's interference because he's on first base now.
Well, I've got the, yeah, because that would have been 3 outs. Or no, that was, I skipped over Jared Williams there in his spot. I'm sorry, I was looking down the order to Rosa. But anyway, that would have been the 3rd out, so we'll get that double checked. Here's Rosa now. Williams is the man on first. And Michael Fail now at second. So Williams on first, Rosa at the plate. And that was called catcher's interference. Good job, Will.
Well, it's the only thing that made sense.
Well, yeah, you're about right.
You don't fly out to the left fielder and be safe at first.
No, well, yeah, normally that doesn't happen. You're right. So 1-1 count here to Rosa, and Newberry would have been off the field. Catcher's interference. And Looper will drop into center field, and turning and heading for home is John Michael Fail, and he is out. I don't think Michael Fail quite has the speed right now. He is out. On a good throw from Hyman, who is a busy man out there. So Rosa, the fielder's choice. That'll be the end of the inning for North Greenville. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. After a catcher's interference call kept the inning going for North Greenville, but not able to capitalize after that. So we're through 3, a third of the way through this game. North Greenville leading 1-0. Due up for Newberry in the top of the 4th will be the 3, 4, and 5 spot. We'll have Allman, Ackerd, and Marine coming up here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Top of the 4th here for Newberry. And it's the shortstop, Colin Allman, leading things off, who drew a walk his first time up. Back in the top of the 1st. First offering on the way from Ryan Kirk, a 3-hopper right to Utah Jones. Clean field, clean throw, and 1 away. This will bring up Tyler Ackerd. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out swinging to end the 1st. And takes ball 1. I think we might be going for all the interference calls today. We've had catcher's interference. That was just called back in the bottom of the 3rd against Newberry. We've had, I guess, runner's interference. That was called on Marine back in the 2nd. Oh, how many more interference calls there are? Strike gets called against Ackerd. 2-1 the count, says the scoreboard.
We could see a base runner's interference.
Well, didn't we have that one? Wasn't that Marines, the base runner's interference? There on the ground ball?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see one that hasn't been called since, I don't know, like 1972 or something. That was like a long-forgotten rule, and somehow the umpire remembered it. Ryan Kirk doing a good job of battling back. He's got a 3-2 count here to Ackerd. Three-two. And swinging over the top of it, strike 3. Kirk's starting to settle in. Had a rough go of it in the 1st, and since then has gotten Newberry to go down pretty quietly. No more than 4 batters through since the 2nd. And Kirk coming to North Greenville from Campbell University. There's a starting pitcher there. And ball one missing downstairs to Braylon Marine. Drew a walk back in the second, his first time up, but then called out on runner's interference. And pops it up to shallow right. Second baseman dancing around, coming back for it, and the wind pushed it back to the infield. Good job, Jeremy Whitehead, to stay with it 2 away. Or no, 3 away. Oh, it was third out.
Very quick inning.
Yeah, good job by Kirk there. Only had to deal with 1 full count this time around there on the F4. That was a fly out the second. So 3 up, 3 down for Newberry. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on for the Wolves. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Oh, this game's starting to pick up pace a little bit. Due up for North Greenville will be center. It'll be 9-1 and 2. It'll be center, Whitehead, and Utah Jones. When we come back, North Greenville leading 1-0 here on the Conference of Carolinas Digital Network. Bottom of the 4th, North Greenville leading 1-0 over Newberry. Crusaders trying to pick up their second win of the season. Newberry trying to continue their winning ways, coming off a win against Francis Marion. And a first pitch swing lifted high into left field. And coming on for it, drifting back, making the grab, Tony Matos makes the grab. That was Josh Center, 1 pitch, 1 out. That will drop center to 0-2 for the day. Bring us back to the top of the order, Jeremy Whitehead. So far, the lone run scored today for either team. Walked back in the first inning, but then struck out looking in the second. And Charlie Fessler still on the mound for Newberry. Did have a mound visit back in the second, but since then looks like that talking to did do him some good. A 2-hopper to the shortstop. Deep throw to first, and not in time. Whitehead able to beat out the throw. An infield single for Whitehead. Gets North Greenville. Man, it's starting to get rough out here. Must be all that gravel dust kicked up. So that's the third hit of the game for North Greenville. And this will bring it to Utah Jones. Whitehead on first with 1 away. Pickoff attempt not in time. And runner going, and they're going to catch him in a throwdown. Ooh. And did he avoid the tag? No.
No, he did not.
Jeremy Whitehead, a little bit of dancing around, trying to make it look like he avoided it. So Newberry able to pinch off Whitehead, and that's going to be 2 outs. Now nobody on here for Utah Jones. And he'll take ball 1. And strike 1. That one looked off. That one looked way downstairs, but 1-1. And Whitehead's out was a 1-3. And then to the shortstop, which is 6. That's a 1-3 out. 1-3-6 out. There's more gravel dust being blown in. That's just what we need. And a nice fly ball to left field, but foul. Ooh, that one hit a car.
Where'd you park at, Gray?
Way out of range.
Okay.
Not
Good idea.
Not down the third base side. Sorry, Ford Fusion out there. And fouled off by Jones. Count still, now it's 2-2. And I think the gentleman whose car that is no, it's just one of the ball retrievers checking to point out which way it went. And a 3-hopper here to first, bobbled, flip back to the pitcher, is in time. Yes, they got him. And Newberry struggling with the fielding, but so far hasn't come back to bite him terribly much there on the 3-1 putout. So that will be the first inning. North Greenville does not leave a runner stranded. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We're through 4 here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. First home game for North Greenville in the 2019 season. At the top of the 5th, almost halfway through this game. Due up for the Wolves as Newberry will be 6, 7, and 8. That'll be Bauer, Barbary, and Matos. We come back, North Greenville leading 1-0 here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Aiden Bauer will lead things off for Newberry here in the top of the 5th. Bauer got a single his last time up back in the 2nd, but then was caught in a 4-6-3 double play. And Kirk offers and gets strike 1 to him. And gets him to swing over the top of the next one, strike 2. Kirk has issued, see, 1, 2, 3 free passes today, 3 walks, but he's counterbalanced that with 1, 2, 3 strikeouts. And can't quite get his 4th, 1 and 2. Now ball 2. We do have some folks who have made their way down to the Newberry bullpen, but nobody up and throwing. And a 2-hopper here to second, off the second baseman who can't come up with it. And a routine ground ball is going to go down as an error against Jeremy Whitehead. I'll bring up the catcher, Chase Barbary. There is activity in the North Greenville bullpen. I do see somebody in a wearing a white hat who has stood up and is throwing. So activity in the North Greenville bullpen. So how short of a leash will Coach Powell keep Ryan Kirk on here as he throws low and inside, ball 1 to the Wolves catcher. Barbary's 0 for 1 today, grounded out into that 4-6-3 double play back in the second. Looking for the bunt here, and fouled it off. That one did catch a piece of the bat. Count 1-1. He's still looking to put down the bunt. And does so. Good bunt down the first base side. They'll tag him out down the line. They'll put one away. Able to advance Bauer over to second. So runner on second, one away. Here for the left fielder, Tony Matos. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to second. Back in the third to lead off that inning. Lefty stands in. Here we go. Kirk on the offer. And outside, ball 1. And Golf swung it. That one caught his foot. Foul ball there. And Matos going to take a loop outside the batter's box, try and walk that one off. That is not comfortable. One and one count to Matos. One away, runner on second here for the Wolves. That is a tying run as things stand right now. Offering. And outside, ball 2. Now on the 2-1. And a high chopper down the first base side. Foul will even things up at 2-2. This is a North Greenville team that lost 3 times at home all last season, but 2 of those were in the playoffs in the NCAA Southeast Regional. So during the regular season, only 1 loss at home to a highly touted Mount Olive team. And ball 3 missing downstairs, so a full count to Matos. And trying to get the runner at third, they got him. Umpire right there to make the call, and Aiden Bauer trying to steal third. No such luck. Gunned down by the catcher, John Michael Fail, who was on point. So now that's 2 away, and that takes a runner off the base pass. And now 2 outs for Kirk with a full count, so payoff here to Matos. And got him swinging strike 3. So excellent job by the catcher, John Michael Fail for North Greenville, able to catch Bauer stealing. And Matos strikes out. That retires the side for Newberry. No runs, no hits, 1 error though, and nobody left on base for the Wolves. So we are halfway home here. Crossed flags are out. at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. Glad to have you with us here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. First home game for North Greenville baseball, 1-0 or NGU leads. Led to the bottom of the fifth. Due up for the Crusaders will be 3, 4, and 5. New Stiffer, Sasser, and Chandler coming up. New Stiffer set to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth for North Greenville, trying to tack on to the lead more than one run against Newberry here. Now let's see. New Stiffer is 0 for 2, a fly out to right and a fly out to center, and as he sends a long ball right to the shortstop, another long throw on the tag. Did it get him? Yes. First baseman had to come off the bag to make the catch and is able to tag New Stiffer on the way by. So heck of a job by Colin Allman out there at short. Will retire New Stiffer on one pitch. And New Stiffer coming to North Greenville on part of that transfer wire that Coach Powell works so well. New Stiffer coming to us from Oklahoma State, also the same place as I believe Utah Jones came from. This will bring up Adam Sasser, who is 0 for 1 today. Sacrifice, scored the only run of the game so far as he was able to score a Whitehead, and he grounded out to first back in the third. Now Adam Sasser, a former All-SEC Bulldog out of the University of Georgia, where he finished the 2018 season with a .317 average, a .508 slugging percentage, and 10 home runs for him. See if he can continue that here at North Greenville as he swings over strike. Let's see, a strike. I got a 1-1 count, and scoreboard says so too. So 1-1 count here to Sasser. And he'll hammer this one right to second. Easy play to first in time. 2 up, 2 down so far. Last hope for the game will be Jeffrey Chandler, who was hit by a pitch back in the first and flew out to Hyman in center back in the third. Haven't seen that flash from Jeffrey Chandler in this game yet that we saw all of last season. And he'll swing at the first pitch, pop it up in the infield. Who's going to make the grab? First baseman hangs on to it. Tyler Ackard comes over, makes the grab on the infield fly to first. So 3 up, 3 down for North Greenville. And that will bring up no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. That might be the quickest inning we've had yet. So we'll head to the top of the sixth. Still 1-0 in favor of NGU. And due up for the Wolves will be 9-1-2. That'll be Lansdowne, Hyman, and Terrence when we come back here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. And before we get the top of the 6th underway for North Greenville, or for Newberry, we have a new pitcher on the mound. It is number 27. Ethan Gardner will make an appearance this game, so Kirk's day is done. And so that will put an end to his day. Gardner up on the mound. And Gardner, one of those players we were hoping to see from last season as well. Gardner for North Greenville. Let's see if I can find his numbers from last season, as he is a much-needed returner for North Greenville, as he'll come in here to 2019, a 7-1 record. He posted a 3.89 ERA. And let's check Kirk's numbers real quick, as he will finish this day with a five innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he will go 72 pitches through 17 batters faced. So a good, overall pretty good day for Kirk. And now let's see what Gardner can do up against Dalton Lansdowne, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 3rd. And deals ball 1, missing downstairs. Now, pitching coach John Koutlangus had this pitching core really moving along last season. Whoever they put out on the mound was able to go about 6 or 7 innings. Tucker Burgess was the man to beat. Gardner on the good weekend starter for North Greenville, as he misses low and away. 2-0 is the count now. He's going to have Brett Herlong back. And Jared Lemke. And Gardner finally able to rifle a strike in there. How good Tucker Burgess was last year. Well, I mentioned 14 wins, a 2.98 ERA. Yet, haven't seen Burgess yet this game, although we did see his name briefly in the DH spot in the lineup. And as a team, and this has got to be something Coach Koutlangus has got to be proud of, a 3.62 ERA as a team, and opponents batting below 250 against them. A full count here to Lansdowne. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And I'll foul another one off. Sun's starting to set off to the west, just to our right, so the cold's about to get colder. And I'm sure the wind gusts are just lovely. Here's the 3-2. Popped up, and that is back behind home plate. Starting to get worried. Didn't see that one coming down. Oh, the 3-2 again. And held off by Lansdowne. Gardner trying to go up high. Lansdowne just kind of camping out upstairs. And let's try it again. And he'll pop it down the right sideline and foul. Lansdowne leading off this inning, but so far pretty much all the pitch count for Gardner going to him. North Greenville has not let Newberry on base very much. Only 2 runners have been left stranded for the Wolves, as here's a 2-hopper back up the middle. Utah Jones running throw and got him. Brilliant throw by Utah Jones. Adam Sasser stretching out for it. Got the Freddie Freeman stretch going on. That's 1 away. Or, I'm sorry, Will. Who's the shortstop for the Mets now?
Ahmed Rosario.
Okay. We're back to the top of the order for Denton Hyman. He is 0 for 1, flew out back in the first to straightaway center field, and got a walk his last time up in the third. I don't know why I was asking who the shortstop. Well,
Yeah.
Who plays first? Here's a trying to get a bunt single, throw back to first, and Gardner got him. So Gardner Sasser there. That is a 1-3 out, and that's 2 away. So who's the first baseman for the Mets?
You know, I don't know.
You don't know that one. Okay.
We'll see here in a couple of months. Or no, just next month.
You know, pitchers and
starts.
that's not too much longer. Pitchers and catchers report for spring training. Here's Zane Terrence. Takes ball 1 from Gardner. A 1-0. Make it 1-1. Here's a better question for you. Who's the favorite to win the NL East?
Who knows?
Well, no, it's not going to be the Nationals. They don't have Bryce Harper anymore.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Well, they have that wonder kid. What's his name? Soto?
Mm-hmm. Juan Soto. Nobody has Bryce Harper yet.
Well, yeah, that's right. He still hasn't signed with anybody.
He could go back to the Nationals.
I don't think that'll happen.
We'll see.
Besides, Tony Romo's already called it. He said he's going to Texas.
Well, he's going to Texas.
Yeah. 3-1 count here to Terrence. And Gardner got strike 2. It's kind of interesting to see Gardner out there as a reliever. Used to see him out there as a starter, and he's good for about 5 or 6 innings. And sharply hit past Utah Jones into center field. That'll be a base hit for Terrence. And that'll be his first of the day. Got him 0 for 2. He grounded out to short, or to third, back in the first, and he hadn't at bat in the third, but I don't think I didn't write anything down for that. So this will bring up the shortstop, Colin Allman. He's 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the first and grounded out to short his last time up. And Gardner trying to go pick over at first. Still waiting on the first offering, and that gets by the catcher, and that's going to let Terrence move up. That puts a runner in scoring position, so Gardner looks good early. Now trouble off the... They'll go down as a wild pitch. So runner on second now for Newberry. Still 2 outs for North Greenville. After back-to-back groundouts for Gardner. Throw the plate. And ripped into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. Going to try and score to tie the game up. Throw is cut off. And Newberry has tied it at 1.
Clutch 2-out hitting right there.
Well, that it was. Terrence on the gun, able to beat the throw. Well, speed there's a right fielder, so one apiece. I do hope somebody can break this tie, even though we're here in the top of the 6th. I'd rather not be here all night. Another pick over to first. Of course, how can you forget that 16-inning affair North Greenville had against Mount Olive? The starters, or not the starters, the relievers, the closers. The closer from Mount Olive, if I remember right, ended up throwing 147 pitches. It was ridiculous. As here's a throw down to second and a stolen base for Allman. That might beat the tag from Utah Jones. North Greenville's already had one extra inning game this season. That was their first game to start off the season against St. Leo University. They led by 2 runs in the top of the 9th. St. Leo tied it and sent it into extras where the Lions would eventually win. Jammed him up inside over to the left field and off the batting cage net. That'll put Akron behind 0-2. The important thing is for Newberry, they have tied it at 1. I remember about the 14th or 15th inning of that Mount Olive game a few years back, we started looking up the record for the longest collegiate baseball game, and it turned out it was 25 innings. So we were still another full game away from that. So that weekend, I like to say North Greenville played 4 games because they had a doubleheader on Saturday that they did not adjust the time for. So they played until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just before daylight savings time. Then came back at noon and played 2 more. One-two count here to Ackard after Gardner gives up the tying run for Newberry. And misses downstairs, 2-2. Now the 2-2 with 2 outs. Still no call. Ball 3. North Greenville had the series against Newberry last year. They took 2 out of 3 against the Wolves. One of those did go into extras and went 10 innings back on February the 16th, 2018. North Greenville won it 4-3. And Ackard steps out of the box. And this is the start of a three-game series. Doubleheader will be tomorrow afternoon at noon and 2:30. And ball 4. So the strike zone, after favoring the outside edge for pitchers, that's gone away as the 2-out walk for Gardner will put Ackard on first. You've got Ullman on second, and so Newberry's looking to take the lead here with third baseman Braylon Marine, who is 0 for 1 today, walked back in the second, flew out to second, or to shallow right. Second baseman tracked it down, flew out to second, back in the 4th. And now Gardner getting some happy feet on the mound. He steps off. After this, North Greenville is going to stay at home for quite a while. The 3-game set against Newberry. Then they have Anderson University in here on the 12th. Gardner misses to Marine, 1-0. Then they've got a 3-game series against Nova Southeastern University, who I believe they went down to Florida to play last year, so that'll be a good series on the weekend. Next weekend, actually. There's a 1-0. Popped up into right field. Jeffrey Chandler coming on to grab it, and the center fielder calls them both off and makes the grab. Josh Center tracking it down, and that will retire the side on the F8. So 3 outs for North Greenville, but Gardner gives up the tying run. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, tied up at 1 apiece, so 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 left on for Newberry. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for North Greenville will be 6, 7, and 8. That'll be Michael Fail, Jared Williams, and Elvin Rosa. We come back tied at 1 here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Back here for the bottom of the 6th. Will trying to ask me to remember the entire Braves defensive lineup.
Not the entire.
As Charlie Fessler is still out there for Newberry. Back here for the bottom of the 6th, he fires ball 1 into John Michael Fail, who is 1 for 2 today, singled his last time up back in the 3rd. And just gets out of the way of that one for ball 2. Fessler has hit 4 batters today, but the score is not. North Greenville has not been able to capitalize with those free runners Fessler has given them. A 2-0. And a high 2-hopper foul, a 3rd. That'll be strike 1. After leaving base runners on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd inning, North Greenville left 2 on in the 1st, 3 on in the 2nd, 2 on in the 3rd. They have not gotten a runner on since. Or at least left one stranded, as there's a single up the middle from Michael Fail. And that will get him aboard. Leadoff man aboard, and we'll turn things over to left fielder Jared Williams, who was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. And I believe he got credited for a single his last time up back in the 3rd. That was the catcher's interference call. First offering, first swing, and into right field. That one is fair. Michael Fail takes a big turnaround second, heading to third. He will reach it standing up, and Jared Williams with a big hit will put him at the corners with nobody out. Jared Williams is clutch when he needs to be. And we do have some activity now in the Newberry bullpen, but no mound visit coming up. So Fessler looks like he's going to stay out there to deal with Elvin Rosa, who is 1 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. Able to reach first his last time up back in the 3rd, but by the time he had done so, the inning was already over. So North Greenville trying to retake the lead. Rosa, strike 1. And kind of a little bit sad that Ryan Kurt got taken out. I was trying to figure out how to slide a Star Trek reference in there.
Or Firefly?
No. Strike 2. Captain's log. Starship Enterprise. Rosa quickly behind 0-2. 1st and 3rd here with nobody out. And runner goes from first. Ball is high. Throw to second is
safe. Off
the mark. And a stolen base for Jared Williams. That's his 2nd of the game. So 2nd and 3rd now for Rosa, who's behind 1-2. Fessler taking his time, and Rosa's had enough. He steps out. Step back in, so let's see if we have an offering this time. 1-2. Smothered by the catcher.
Good job right there blocking that.
Chase Barbary, that one was in the turf right at his knees. 2-2. Two count to Rosa. Try and give North Greenville a lead back with runners on second and third. Got to get one out of the infield to at least give Michael Fail a chance to score. And Rosa fouls it off. Last time Fail was headed around third, he did not make it to home plate. He was the final out of the, I've got it as, I think it's a third inning. And missing downstairs. That'll be ball 3, full count now to Rosa. Only one base open, so he's able to draw a walk here. That would be bases loaded for Josh Center. So a 3-2 count, nobody out. The offering from Fessler. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Caught him on the slider. So Fessler's got to do that 2 more times. With Josh Center, the center fielder, up. Center 0 for 2 today, a strikeout, a flyout in the second and fourth, respectively. And swings at the first one, fouls it off. North Greenville has had multi-run games and through their first 3. They scored 4 in the loss to St. Leo, 5 in the win against Lander. And strike 2 called against Center. They scored 5 against Tampa.
This would be a great time for Center to get his first hit of the season.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does not have one. 3 at-bats coming in, no hits. And this is his third at-bat today. Hind 0-2 and stays alive by fouling it off. Big lead from second for Williams. He's got Michael Fail ahead of him at third. The offering and Center, he just did catch a piece of that.
His foot caught a piece of it too.
Yeah, he'll
Looked like.
walk that one off. Josh Center played in 19 games last year. And he did get 8 hits and only 22 at-bats. And getting more playing time now as those in front of him have graduated and moved on. So starting center fielder here for the first home game of 2019. 0-2. Misses upstairs. That'll be ball 1. Center not going to offer it that. Now the 1-2. Lifted to straightaway center. The wind's going to catch that one. Here comes Hyman on, and he doesn't make the grab. That one gets away. Fail's going to score. Center's heading into second. It bounces off the bag, and now here comes Williams home to score.
What a wild play.
And after all of that, North Greenville plates 2. Center safe at second, and it's 3-1 North Greenville.
What just happened?
Well, that
Did that hit off a center when he slid into second?
no, I think
Or did
it
hit the bag.
I think it hit the bag, the second base bag, square on the nose, and bounced a good 10 feet in the air. Now I'm not even going to try scoring that one. I'm going to wait for the official ruling.
Let Allen do it.
Big breakthrough here in the bottom of the 6th. North Greenville leads 3-1. Not done yet. We're back to the top of the order for Jeremy Whitehead.
And we're going to get a visit.
And this should be it for Charlie Fessler.
Yep. Got a left-hander coming out of the bullpen.
And I think I caught his number earlier as he was
3.
throwing. I think it is 3, yeah. So as soon as I dig out a roster here out of all this mess that has accumulated, this will be number 3, Quentin Driggers. Will come in with a 2.45 ERA, 1 win, no losses. This will be his 3rd appearance. And through 3 2/3, he's given up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Has walked 1, struck out 7. Opponents batting 154 against him. That is the second or the 3rd best opponent batting average on the team. You still got a few guys with a 0 opponent batting average. So he's got some tough situation to get out of. Only 1 out. Josh Center will be or should be at second.
Yep.
And they got him at 3rd on here. But Josh Center will be at second. That's still in scoring position for Whitehead. So Charlie Fessler will finish the day, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 of those earned, walked 1, struck out 3, hit 4 batters though. Had a sacrifice against him, catcher's interference. Gave up a double, no triples or home runs though. Faced 27 batters, and he will finish the day with 98 pitches thrown. And so Quentin Driggers will come in. He's a left-hander out of. Let's see if I can mess this one up. Paleon, South Carolina. I haven't heard of that one. You know where that is?
I do not.
I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna guess it's down near probably the Aiken area. So let's see if I'm right. Well, in the 2 years when my phone loads, we'll tell you. So Quentin Driggers has got to face off against Whitehead, the top of the order here for North Greenville. First offering, and strike 1. Still got Center on second to deal with and get a pair of outs here. Well, Paleon is just around Lexington, just south of Lexington, just about southwest of Columbia, in case you wanted to know. offering a high chopper over the head of the first baseman. Pitcher trying to cover. Can't get the ball back to the bag. And did they get the runner? Umpire from second base had to come over and make the call.
He's safe.
He is safe. That was a heck of an acrobatic catch by Quentin Driggers, who had to come over and make the grab.
The shortstop, Utah Jones.
Utah Jones will come up to bat now. As center is over at third. And center on that hit was credited with a double. And so Whitehead was credited with a single, so that one will go down as a hit. So runners at first and third here for Jones. Now looking for the bunt, pulls it back. That'll be ball one. So let's see if we can recap those last couple of hits. Center gets credited with a double. Williams advanced to third and then scored on a throwing error by the center fielder. Interesting. And still looking for that bunt. Pops it right back to the pitcher. They hold the runner at third and get Jones out at first. So that sacrifice not quite as successful as they would have liked, but they got him at second and third now, does North Greenville.
Third baseman, Michael Newstifter.
I'll give him a sacrifice there. That'll be out number 2. This will bring up Newstifter, who is 0 for 3 today, a pair of flyouts and a ground out. Newstifter, one of those the long line of transfers for Coach Powell. Transfer out of Oklahoma State. Takes ball one.
Swings through that one.
I'm going to make it 1-1. Mentioned Newstifter, who plays college ball at OK State out of Carrollton, Texas, and he'll hack at that one and miss it. One, two count, 2 outs. And that song was played as a reminder for me to go to the car wash, which I do need to do. 1-2, 2 away. Here's the offer. Held off of it, and we'll make it 2-2.
I was just about to say the wind had seemed to calm down for a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
no, it does not here. You know that.
Yeah, I forgot.
You forgot.
Yeah, first game of the season.
Well, here at home.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I already played 3, but that was in Florida. You know where it's nice and warm and rains every 5 minutes. And strike 3, yes it is. Newstifter will go down swinging, and that'll retire the side for North Greenville. A productive inning, though. 2 runs on 4 hits. 1 error, and 2 left on. There for the bottom of the 6th. 2/3 of the way through as we start to approach 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Tigerville. On the campus of North Greenville University, top of the 7th due up. We will have 6, 7, and 8 due up for Newberry, Bauer, Barbary, and Matos for the Wolves. North Greenville leads 3-1. You're on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Aiden Bauer set to lead off the top of the 7th here for Newberry. After the Wolves get a tying run at the top of the 6th, North Greenville scores 2 to retake the lead 3-1. And Gardner fires. Ball 1. Let's see. Bauer, 1 for 1. He reached on an error by the second baseman his last time up back in the 6th. He is also singled back in the 2nd. So that's got him as 1 for 2. So, okay, Bauer is 1 for 2. He'll lift this one to shallow left, and is it going to drop fair? Yes, it is. That is a fair ball. Jared Williams not able to get to it in time, so Bauer will reach for his second hit of the day, the leadoff single here in the 7th.
The catcher, Chase Barbary.
This will bring up Chase Barbary. He is 0 for 2, a ground out into a 4-6-3 double play, ground out to first unassisted. And potentially the tying run once again for Newberry.
Your attention, please. Now running at first base, number 17, Peyton Spangler.
Newberry going to bring in a pitch runner here, number 17, Peyton Spangler, a senior out of Clinton, South Carolina. Played high school ball there for Clinton High School. Barbary still in the box and trying to get the bunt down right down the first base line, and Gardner can't field it. So everybody's safe. And there's nobody out. And the scoreboard is saying that's a hit for Barbary. North Greenville struggling to hang on to leads late in ball games. And another pitch runner on for Newberry. This will bring up the left fielder, Tony Matos. Or maybe it's a pitch hitter. No, Matos is the batter. Tanner Lane now stands at first. Number 7, the sophomore at Lexington, South Carolina. Looks for the bunt. Right back to Gardner. He's got to field another one. He'll throw to first, and there's at least one out of the way. Runners at second and third with one out.
Second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne.
Bring up the second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out.
We're going to get a mound visit here.
Let's see who it is. Nobody's in the North Greenville pen, but I can't quite tell if that's Coach Powell or Coach Kootlangus. It looks like Coach Powell.
Yep.
Kootlangus is a bit taller. You've got that pitcher's physique. Of course, played ball for the Cincinnati Reds for a time. And, of course, Coach Powell, no stranger to the state of South Carolina, played college ball at the University of South Carolina and able to get several transfer recruits from there. And played pro ball, professional ball for Oakland A's.
Caught a no-hitter, right?
Yeah, it might have been a perfect game. It might have been a perfect game. I think it was a perfect game.
Either way, pretty rare.
Ball 1 to Lansdowne. Yeah, that doesn't happen every day. Here's a 1-0. Make it 2-0. Gardner having a rough outing, gave up the tying run back in the top of the 6th, and Newberry poised to do the same here with a well-placed shot. Lansdowne actually is that's a go-ahead run at the plate. There, Gardner finds his own strike one. There's a 2-1. And swung on off the pitcher's mound, fielded by the second baseman. Throw to first in time. They will concede 1 run. And the tying run now waits at third. So 2 away as Spangler is able to score. Lane all the way over to third. So bring out the top of the order for Danton Hyman, who has made several great defensive plays from center. And he is 0 for 2 today. Fly out, a walk, and a ground out. And ball 1. So we're going to have some changes for Newberry when they come back out onto the field for the bottom of the 7th. Now, pop-up driven to left field. Williams going after it, and he's got it. So Gardner able to limit the damage. Only concede up 1 run. And Newberry with 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left on. Well, time to stretch for the first time here at Ray B. Dillard Field in 2019. So, we'll go with some take me out to the ball game here in the middle of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th coming up for North Greenville. We'll have 4, 5, and 6. That's Sasser, Chandler, and Michael Fail coming up. And just like that, we're back for the bottom of the 7th. Adam Sasser set to lead things off for North Greenville, who leads 3-2 now over Newberry. Transitioned into the latter third of this ball game. And Sasser takes strike 1 from, again, Quentin Driggers takes over for the starter for Newberry. That was Charlie Fessler. And he lifts one high fly ball over to right, and that is foul. Turned on it a little bit soon, but that one was going. Sasser 0 for 2 today. Sacrificed to score the first run of the game. Jeremy Whitehead grounded out to first unassisted and grounded into a 4-3 putout. Behind here 0-2. And holds off of ball 1 low and away, trying to get him to chase. Here's a 1-2. And no call, ball 2. There's a 2-2, and a home run swing misses, strike 3. This will bring up the left fielder, Jeffrey Chandler. Could use some of his home run power from last year. Chandler so far been relatively quiet. That hit by a pitch back in the first. And since then, that was his only time on base since then. A fly out the center and a fly out in the infield over to first. And he misses the first one, strike 1. And Quentin Driggers going off speed there to Chandler. Expecting something a little bit quicker. Officially listed as 0 for 2 today. And now the 0-1. 1-1. One offering. Lifted foul, first base side. And doesn't quite make it all the way up a hill. 1-2. Number 8 team in the perfect game D2 poll, North Greenville, Newberry, trying to continue on. Coming in 3-1 and 2-2 now to count to Chandler. And here's a 2-2. Chandler pops it up in the infield. The pitcher going over for it and able to make the grab. Quentin Driggers for the second out. F1. That's interesting. The last hope here for the 7th will be John Michael Fail. Been on the base pass 2 times today. Flew out back in the first. Got caught out trying to take home plate back in the third after getting on base with a single. And did single his last time up back in the 6th with a run scored. And ball 1 misses down low to him. Next offering is on the zone, strike 1. And now the 1-1. And on a line into left field. Nice hit by Michael Fail. That is his 3rd hit of the day. And he will hold up at first. John Michael Fail trying to give North Greenville some life. We'll turn things over to the left fielder, Jared Williams. Williams singled his last time up. He came around to score a run back in the 6th. And steps out of the box before a pitch can be thrown. And the first offering breaks into the zone, strike 1. Williams' entire stat line, 1 for 1 today. Run scored, hit by a pitch, 2 stolen bases for him. Was the 0-1. Tries to get a bunt down the third base side. Beautifully placed. And that one stays fair and everybody's safe. Well, the latter part of the order there, John Michael Fail, Jared Williams. That's the combo to watch this season, I think.
The designated hitter
Williams picks up his second hit of the day. 2 on, 2 outs for Elvin Rosa, who's been hit by a pitch, reached on a fielder's choice, struck out swinging his last time up back in the 6th. And hangs off first pitch, strike 1. Elvin Rosa, sophomore out of Grand Prairie, Texas, transfer out of Murray State. Here's the 0-1. Bounce to the catcher, gets away from the catcher, but nobody can advance. Ball 1. Working at the car wash. No, just me. Okay, fine. Waiting on the 1-1 here from Quentin Driggers.
It's too cold to be singing, Gray.
Too cold to be saying. Helps keep the blood flowing or something like that.
No.
And nice breaking ball. Strike 2.
You know, I thought about wearing shorts today. After the weather we had the last 2 days.
Well, you got to know this is South Carolina. It can change literally any second. We went from 30 degrees to 80 degrees and then back down to 30.
With a lot of wind.
Well, that's because it's a North Greenville baseball game. That's just pretty much par for the course. The 1-2 and a chance to get out of the inning. And Drigger spun off the mound and he balked. Yes, he balked. Umpire came out from behind home plate pointing at him. That is a balk. Well, that's about the only thing we haven't had today.
We haven't had a coach's interference yet.
Yeah, we haven't had that. It's going to take something pretty.
2 more innings.
Yeah, I think it's going to take something pretty spectacular for that to happen. So runners at second and third now after the balk. 1-2 count still to Rosa, and he'll chip it into his own dugout. Well, either getting out of the inning or a base hit will score some runs here. 1-2, waiting on it. Here it is. Down the first base side and foul. Well, I got some heaters up on the 10 at the hill. What do I have to do to get one of those?
You want me to go up there and ask for one?
Oh, we have a bird has joined us here in the booth. Oh, there he goes. Scared him off. Why'd you do that?
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Waiting on the 1-2. He's going to be our guest analyst. 1-2. Low and inside. Ball 2. Well, at least the wind has somewhat changed direction, so it's not blowing directly in on us. Instead, now it's blowing more across from right field down to the third base side. So 2's wild, 2's across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and ball 3.
Just inside.
Ooh. 3 innings ago, that would have been strike 3. Well, now it's a full count.
Big pitch here.
There'll be a payoff for somebody. Long stare down into the catcher. Here we go. On the payoff. A hopper right to third off the third baseman's glove. Fielded by the shortstop. And at least 1 run will score. And North Greenville should plate 1. Yes, they do. Elvin Rosa comes through. I believe I saw that scored as a hit. You had to look quick at the scoreboard, otherwise you missed it. Yes, it will be a hit for Rosa. John Michael Fail scores. Williams at third. We'll turn things over to the center fielder, Josh Center. It looks like a pitch runner coming in for Rosa. Four to North Greenville leads, and this will be, looks like number 21, Toby Sponseller, senior out of East Berlin, Pennsylvania. First offering, a swing and a miss by Center for strike one. Center 1 for 3 today, a double, RBI, and a strikeout for him. Also a flyout. Rosa credited with a hit, as we mentioned, but a single to third base. And Center with the bunt down the third base side. Throw to first is in time, so a little bit confusing, but that will retire the side. North Greenville able to get at least one run out of it. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. And 2 left on. So it's 4-2. North Greenville able to get that second run, which, believe me, they're going to need later on in this game. Newberry will head to the top of the 8th. Coming up for the Wolves will be 2, 3, and 4. It will be Terrence, Allman, and Ackard due up when we come back here on the Conference Carolina's Digital Network. Top of the 8th, time running out for Newberry as they find themselves down 2 runs. And the right fielder, Zane Terrence, set to lead things off. Terrence 1 for 3 with a run scored through this ball game. Faces off here against Ethan Gardner, who will take ball 1. Gardner not quite into full season form right now, is popped up down the first base side. Adam Sasser going over for it. And did he get it? Yes, he did. So. Nice catch. Those are tough angles to make, especially with the wind blowing from now. If you look at the infield, it's blowing across from first to third. And Sasser adjusts to that one. Nicely one away. This will bring up the shortstop, Colin Allman. And he'll take ball 1. Allman with a walk, a stolen base. Looking for the bunt down the third base side. That one will go foul. And even to count up at 1-1. Allman's actually got 2 stolen bases. He stole second in the first and in the 6th. And as only other than that has grounded out today. He did get a single back in the 6 as well, so he was 1 for 2. Here's a 1-1 from Gardner. And again, trying to get that bunt down the third base side, and foul. Well, I don't think he can do that anymore.
Well, you can. It'd just be an out.
Well, yeah. He'd have to be precise, more precise with it. Well, yeah, okay, yes, you're right. He could do it again, but it would not be helpful to his team or current situation. To be technically correct, which apparently I have to be.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Wolves, number 15, Tyler White.
I'm bringing a pitch hitter here for Newberry, number 15, Tyler White, a junior out of Chapin, South Carolina.
They brought him in a 1-2 count.
Must have been a injury. And ball 2. Yeah, the injury to shortstop Allman. This is his spot.
And he strikes out.
So Gardner able to come up clutch there against a pitch hitter in the middle of the count on the strikeout. That's 2 away. We'll bring up the first baseman, Tyler Ackard, who has a pair of strikeouts today, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th. Drew a walk his last time up back in the 6th. I believe that was against Gardner. And he'll swing at the first pitch, drive it deep to left center field, back to the wall. That's going to drop and hop the fence.
And that'll be a ground rule double here with 2 outs.
So Ackard, one of the Wolves that's been able to figure out Gardner pretty quick, will put the double down and extend the inning to Braylon Marine, who has walked today, and then nothing since. A fly out to second and a fly out to center.
And now all of a sudden a home run ties the game up.
Don't say that. It's cold out and I don't want to get left. That's a Firefly reference. There you go.
I don't get it.
You have to watch the show. Ball 1 into Marine. A 1-0. Strike 1. Now the 1-1. Golf swing, strike 2. Masters aren't until April. So 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Gardner trying to get a second strikeout of the inning. One, two, and he'll foul it off. Security guy lost it in the air. Come on, make a play. Let's try it again. A 1-2. And fouled off the first base side. So Marine giving fits to Gardner here. Got him to fly out to center last time up back in the 6th. Righty on righty, and Gardner's going to step off. Still got that runner on second to deal with. He's taking a skipping a hop, and Marine pops it up to right center. It's going to be Whitehead drifting over for it and making the grab. So North Greenville holds on. That will retire the side for Newberry. No runs on one hit. No errors. One left on. Well, at the bottom of the eighth, last chance for insurance from North Greenville. And due up for the Crusaders, who lead 4-2 over Newberry. It'll be the top of the order. Whitehead, Jones, and Newstiffer when we come back here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Jeremy Whitehead leads off the bottom of the eighth here for North Greenville, leading Newberry 4-2. It's been a busy day and will be a busy weekend in Crusader athletics. Softball also in action today over at Jan McDonald Field, taking on Columbus State. So Whitehead misses the first one, strike one. They did win. North Greenville did win the first one, 6-2 over Columbus State. We're waiting on a score for the second game. Also right now, Crusader lacrosse in action over at Pepsi Stadium. And I'll get a score on that here in a moment.
And that is women's lacrosse.
So that will be a draw to start off the game. It's a face-off for men's and a draw for women's. I remember that was doubted last year. Here's a 1-1. And strike two. See, Whitehead 2 for 3 today. A run, a walk, strikeout, and caught stealing for him. Busy day for the leadoff man for NGU. 1-2, and fouled off. He did catch a piece of that. That's a tall order tonight for North Greenville women's lacrosse taking on Limestone in conference play.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, you think? No score yet, though. Although Limestone does have 6 shots to North Greenville's 1. And another pop foul by Whitehead. Let's see, and they are past the halfway mark in the first half.
Really?
Yeah, I think I said 17 minutes to go. Waiting on the 1-2. And a nice well hit to right field. Can it stay fair? Yes, that is a fair ball. Here's Whitehead around first, around second. He's going to third. The relay throw comes in, and Whitehead standing up into third with a triple. I agree with that. He did get around. And puts a runner into scoring position for North Greenville with a triple. How about that?
Great way to lead off the inning.
That is a 3 for 4 day for Jeremy Whitehead. Bring up the shortstop, Utah Jones.
Oh.
4-2, a chance to make it 5-2. Jones. Ball one. And sharply hit. Foul, third base side. Good job, Utah Jones. He was waiting for that one. I'm looking forward to softball season as well. North Greenville softball. That's not a bad team either. I'm looking forward to see what they can put together. See if I can get up here for a few of those. Ball 2 missing low and inside. So Utah Jones today, 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. He's able to get a sacrifice back in the sixth. Reached on an error and is grounded out to first today to complete his stat line. Ball 3 to the outside. Utah Jones, the now senior out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Excuse me, he's a transfer out of the University of North Carolina, not OK State. And he hits this one on a rope off the shortstop, bobbles it. Throw to first is just in time to get him by a step. Newberry has had trouble fielding today. They have 3 fielding errors. And able to get away with another one.
The third baseman, Michael Newstiffer.
That'll put one away for Michael Newstiffer, who has flown out twice, grounded out back in the 5th, and then struck out in the 6th. Newstiffer, the junior out of Carrollton, Texas. He's a transfer from OK State. And strike 1 to him. Again, Quentin Driggers on the mound, taking over from Ryan Kirk. Next offering popped up first base side and foul. That will put Newstiffer behind 0-2 with one away. Still got a runner on first. Jeremy Whitehead led off the inning with a triple. Jeremy Whitehead transferred out of East Carolina. He's from Huntersville, North Carolina, home of Joe Gibbs Racing. Ooh. And I don't know where that one missed, but the umpire says it missed. Ball 1.
A little 0-2 count favoritism right there.
Now we got some Newstiffer stepping out of the box twice. I'll come back in. 1-2 count. Infield creeping in. Newstiffer, a 2-hopper right to the third baseman. Nice grab. Will throw over to first. A run scores for North Greenville. That will make it 5-2. So 5-2, North Greenville able to cash in the run from Whitehead. Second time they've been able to do that today. And also will put 2 away for Adam Sasser. Tough day for Newstiffer. It's no hits, but he'll take credit in adding an insurance run. First offering to Sasser is ball 1. Sasser today is flown out on a sacrifice, grounded out to first, grounded out to second, struck out swinging his last time up in the 7th. And low and inside, yep, that's ball 2. Two-0 count with two outs. A 2-0. 3-0. I got quiet there for a second. 3-0 count. And
He's swinging away.
yeah, he had the green light all the way for Sasser. That's fouled off the third base side, right in front of the North Greenville dugout, strike one. If you're thinking about coming to Tigerville tomorrow, got a doubleheader. This is the first homestand for North Greenville baseball. They'll be taking on Newberry, 12 and 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'd bring your blanket, too. It's supposed to be a high of 53.
And don't forget about that wind.
Well, yeah.
It's a baseball game.
Especially here.
Softball, it's pretty bad, too.
Well, it's because we're on an pretty open plane over there. And strike two. Look out, Newberry dugout. Oh, nice lob throw by the Newberry first base coach, and Coach Powell unable to make the grab. So full count here to Sasser. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Payoff. We'll walk him. So a 2-out walk there for Quentin Driggers will put Sasser aboard. Turn things over to Jeffrey Chandler, who will try and kickstart a couple more runs in. Thank you. Yes. Chandler hit by a pitch and has flown out 3 straight since then. Yes, we've hit the point in the game where the puns have come alive. First offering to Chandler. Pops it up right side. And Terrence giving chase to it. And won't get to it in time. That's strike one. And Newberry, they had a game plan for Chandler, too, coming in. They've been offering him low. And 0 for 3 today. Tough day for Jeffrey Chandler. It's real big standout for this North Greenville squad last year. Him and John Jones competing for trying to compete who had the best batting average on the team. And Chandler pops it up again, straight to Terrence in right field. He comes over for it, makes the grab. So that's 4 straight flyouts for Jeffrey Chandler. A tough way to possibly end his day today and look to try and bounce back in the doubleheader tomorrow. Still got at least half an inning to go in the top of the 9th. Last chance for Newberry, and it will come down to their final 3 outs, their final 3 hitters up to the plate will be the 6, 7, and 8 spot. That is Peyton Spangler, who will come to the plate after coming in a pitch run. Chase Barbary still listed in there. Tanner Lane will move over and take over left field. And he should get an at-bat this inning as well. And that will do it for the bottom of the 8th. North Greenville looking to turn things over. Looks like they will leave Gardner out there to try and close things out here for the top of the 9th. 5-2, North Greenville leads it. We'll bring you back for the top of the 9th here from Raymond B. Dillard Field on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Peyton Spangler will lead off the top of the ninth here for Newberry. Came in to pitch run back in the 7th for Newberry. I won't need more than $5, Will, just saying. Something off there. I don't know why he's showing. We got top of the ninth here to do. Peyton Spangler, only 2 at-bats. This will be his 3rd at-bat of the season. No hits yet for Newberry. Behind here, 0-1. Now it gets away from Gardner. That'll be ball 1. Ethan Gardner still out there for North Greenville. Try and finish off the second half of this game. And misses outside, ball 2. Of course, this is a 3-game series, so you got to try and keep as many arms as you can fresh and ready to go for what should be a 7-inning game tomorrow and then a full 9-inning game after that. And now it hit him. Well, not a great start to the inning for Gardner. Gets a freebie runner on for Spangler, who takes over for Bauer in this spot.
Attention, please. Now hitting for the Wolves, number 4, Kenny Bergman.
And Newberry throwing the kitchen sink at hitting changes. They will bring in number 4, Kenny Bergman, a junior catcher out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Transfer out of UConn. And he will take strike 1. Bergman, a .500 batting average. He has 8 at-bats through the 4 games Newberry's played. 4 of those hits. Does have a double and 3 RBIs. Swings at this one and drives it right to short. Chance for 2. They get second and first.
Rally killer right there.
Yeah, that'll do it as Utah Jones again comes up big for North Greenville. I believe it should be a 6-4-3 double play. And now the last hope for Newberry will be, I've got it as a left fielder, Tony Matos, but it will be Tanner Lane coming in to fill that spot. So Lane will step in, take the first offering, and he checked the swing, but he takes strike 1 anyway. Tanner Lane, 5 at-bats, no hits through him. And Gardner, that's strike 2. Oh, 2 count, 2 away for Lane. Down to the last strike for Newberry. Here's the offer. Got him, strike 3.
That'll be the ball game.
So Gardner gets Newberry to go 3 up, 3 down. Got the double play help from Utah Jones and company. And North Greenville will take the opener of this series. 5-2 is your final score. So North Greenville improves to 2-2 on the young season. Newberry will fall to 3-2, and their winning streak will come to an end. While teams shake hands, we'll go over some final numbers for you. Again, a reminder, a doubleheader between these same 2 teams tomorrow at 12 and 2:30 right here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. So we'll start with the Wolves, who fall here today 5-2, as the gentleman with the best day for Newberry was Aiden Bauer. He went 2 for 3. No extra base hits, so a pair of singles did get caught stealing. And only 1 extra base hit for Newberry the whole game. Tyler Ackard had a double, but other than that, no extra base hits for Newberry. So a good job today by this North Greenville pitching crew to limit that damage. And for North Greenville, Jeremy Whitehead have a day, 3 for 4 with a triple. also able to draw a walk. And John Michael Fail, even though he got caught trying to score a run that ended one of the earlier innings, John Michael Fail goes 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Whitehead also had 2 runs scored himself. And how about Elvin Rosa? He came in. I'll give him credit for starting the game, even though he's listed as a pitch hitter coming in for Tucker Burgess. Rosa goes 2 for 3 with an RBI. And I believe Ryan Kirk will be your winning pitcher today. He went 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, walked 3, struck out 4, did have a wild pitch, and faced through 17 batters. Again, his numbers: 17 batters faced, had 2 flyouts, 6 groundouts, 72 pitches for him. He'll end the game with a even 2.00 ERA. Ethan Gardner coming in to clean up, goes 4 innings, allows 5 hits, 2 runs, both of those earned. Walked 1, struck out 2, had a wild pitch, hit a batter, allowed a double through 18 batters faced. He will go 64 pitches. You keep turning the mouse upside down on me while you do that. And for Newberry, Charlie Fessler went 5 1/3, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 of those earned. Walked 1, struck out 3, hit 4 batters. Allowed 1 double, 27 batters faced for him, and he went 98 pitches. He'll finish the game as your losing pitcher, and I believe that's right. Yeah, I believe that's right. I always forget how the pitcher rules work, and it hasn't been put up who's the official winner and loser yet, but I believe Fessler is your losing pitcher today. Went 98, and we'll finish the game with a 2.89 ERA. Quentin Driggers came in for him, went 2 2/3, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of those earned. Walked 1, struck out 2, had a balk, and faced 14 batters. He'll go 57 pitches and finish with a 4.26 ERA. Now Gardner. Yeah, Kirk should be your winner. Gardner he gave up the tying run, so I believe that's all correct. Anyway, there'll be a full recap of this game on NGUathletics.com. Have a doubleheader between these two teams tomorrow, and I'm going to check and see what else we know. We have more than just baseball here tomorrow, but Will, player of the game.
I'm going to have to say Whitehead.
Yeah, that triple he had late there in the 8th, waited patiently, able to score the insurance run. 2 runs scored himself. He's got a lot of speed, especially, and I mean, don't mean to sound like a broken record, but that's exactly what you want to see from your leadoff guy, especially when you got Utah Jones behind him. We know what he has, so we saw it junior season here at NGU, and New Stiffer, the newcomer, waiting to see what he can do, trying to fill the big shoes of John Jones. And so let's check tomorrow's schedule here real quick. We have men's tennis at Furman. We have baseball here against Newberry. Men's lacrosse against Wingate here at 2 p.m. More baseball here against Newberry at 2:30. And women's basketball will be taking on Converse over at Hayes Gymnasium at 5:30. So that will wrap up the weekend schedule after all that. Well, we are done here from Ray B. Dillard Field to kick off the first homestand of 2019 for North Greenville baseball here at Ray B. Dillard Field. Thank you for joining us here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. If you can't make it out to the ball field tomorrow, be sure to join us here at noontime tomorrow. North Greenville will be taking on Newberry in Game 2 of this 3-game set. So for Will Cahaley, I'm Grace Sutherland saying so long from Ray and B. Dillard Field for this Friday night. We will see you tomorrow. And if you can't make it out, be sure to join us right here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Be sure to check out a recap of this game and all the other games that happened today here on campus at NGU, and recaps for the games tomorrow at NGUathletics.com. So for the final time, here from Ray and B. Dillard Field, Will Cahaley, Grace Olin, saying so long. Until next time.